Our directors handpick top-rated facilitators from around the world to engage our students and clients. Our authentic and integrated approach to intellectual, emotional, and spiritual intelligence is what gives our students an edge in the workplace. Classes are held at our campus in Sandton, at company-specific venues nationally. Invest in yourself by joining Regenesis Business School and awaken your potential. Regenesis Business School, developing sound leadership skills in business and public management. Studying with Regenesis Business School gives you access to a world-class education delivered through contact learning or our cutting-edge digital learning platforms. By the time you graduate, you will have gained invaluable knowledge, experience, and support from our captains of industry, government officials, and high-profile entrepreneurs who regularly deliver engaging leadership conversations to our students and alumni. Regenesis qualifications such as the MBA and a variety of postgraduate diplomas, bachelor's degrees, and higher certificates are fully accredited and internationally recognized. Our directors handpick top-rated facilitators from around the world to engage our students and clients. Our authentic and integrated approach to intellectual, emotional, and spiritual intelligence is what gives our students an edge in the workplace. Classes are held at our campus in Sandton, at company-specific venues nationally. Invest in yourself by joining Regenesis Business School and awaken your potential. Regenesis Business School, developing sound leadership skills in business and public management. Studying with Regenesis Business School gives you access to a world-class education delivered through contact learning or our cutting-edge digital learning platforms. By the time you graduate, you will have gained invaluable knowledge, experience, and support from our captains of industry, government officials, and high-profile entrepreneurs who regularly deliver engaging leadership conversations to our students and alumni. Regenesis qualifications such as the MBA and a variety of postgraduate diplomas, bachelor's degrees, and higher certificates are fully accredited and internationally recognized. Our directors handpick top-rated facilitators from around the world to engage our students and clients. Our authentic and integrated approach to intellectual, emotional, and spiritual intelligence is what gives our students an edge in the workplace. Classes are held at our campus in Sandton, at company-specific venues nationally. Invest in yourself by joining Regenesis Business School and awaken your potential. Regenesis Business School, developing sound leadership skills in business and public management. Studying with Regenesis Business School gives you access to a world-class education delivered through contact learning or our cutting-edge digital learning platforms. By the time you graduate, you will have gained invaluable knowledge, experience, and support from our captains of industry, government officials, and high-profile entrepreneurs who regularly deliver engaging leadership conversations to our students and alumni. Regenesis qualifications such as the MBA and a variety of postgraduate diplomas, bachelor's degrees, and higher certificates are fully accredited and internationally recognized. Our directors handpick top-rated facilitators from around the world to engage our students and clients. Our authentic and integrated approach to intellectual, emotional, and spiritual intelligence is what gives our students an edge in the workplace. Classes are held at our campus in Sandton, at company-specific venues nationally. Invest in yourself by joining Regenesis Business School and awaken your potential. Regenesis Business School, developing sound leadership skills in business and public management. Studying with Regenesis Business School gives you access to a world-class education delivered through contact learning or our cutting-edge digital learning platforms. By the time you graduate, you will have gained invaluable knowledge, experience, and support from our captains of industry, government officials, and high-profile entrepreneurs who regularly deliver engaging leadership conversations to our students and alumni. Regenesis qualifications such as the MBA and a variety of postgraduate diplomas, bachelor's degrees, and higher certificates are fully accredited and internationally recognized. Our directors handpick top-rated facilitators from around the world to engage our students and clients. Our authentic and integrated approach to intellectual, emotional, and spiritual intelligence is what gives our students an edge in the workplace. Classes are held at our campus in Sandton, at company-specific venues nationally. Invest in yourself by joining Regenesis Business School and awaken your potential. Regenesis Business School, developing sound leadership skills in business and public management. Studying with Regenesis Business School gives you access to a world-class education delivered through contact learning or our cutting-edge digital learning platforms. By the time you graduate, you will have gained invaluable knowledge, experience, and support from our captains of industry, government officials, and high-profile entrepreneurs who regularly deliver engaging leadership conversations to our students and alumni. Regenesis qualifications such as the MBA and a variety of postgraduate diplomas, bachelor's degrees, and higher certificates are fully accredited and internationally recognized. Our directors handpick top-rated facilitators from around the world to engage our students and clients. Our authentic and integrated approach to intellectual, emotional, and spiritual intelligence is what gives our students an edge in the workplace. Classes are held at our campus in Sandton, at company-specific venues nationally. Invest in yourself by joining Regenesis Business School and awaken your potential. Regenesis Business School, developing sound leadership skills in business and public management. Studying with Regenesis Business School gives you access to a world-class education delivered through contact learning or our cutting-edge digital learning platforms. By the time you graduate, you will have gained invaluable knowledge, experience, and support from our captains of industry, government officials, and high-profile entrepreneurs who regularly deliver engaging leadership conversations to our students and alumni. Regenesis qualifications such as the MBA and a variety of postgraduate diplomas, bachelor's degrees, and higher certificates are fully accredited and internationally recognized. Our directors handpick top-rated facilitators from around the world to engage our students and clients. Our authentic and integrated approach to intellectual, emotional, and spiritual intelligence is what gives our students an edge in the workplace. Classes are held at our campus in Sandton, at company-specific venues nationally. Invest in yourself by joining Regenesis Business School and awaken your potential. Regenesis Business School, developing sound leadership skills in business and public management. Studying with Regenesis Business School gives you access to a world-class education delivered through contact learning or our cutting-edge digital learning platforms. By the time you graduate, you will have gained invaluable knowledge, experience, and support from our captains of industry, government officials, and high-profile entrepreneurs who regularly deliver engaging leadership conversations to our students and alumni. Regenesis qualifications such as the MBA and a variety of postgraduate diplomas, bachelor's degrees, and higher certificates are fully accredited and internationally recognized. Our directors handpick top-rated facilitators from around the world to engage our students and clients. Our authentic and integrated approach to intellectual, emotional, and spiritual intelligence is what gives our students an edge in the workplace. Classes are held at our campus in Sandton at company-specific venues nationally. Invest in yourself by joining Regenesis Business School and awaken your potential.
I hope, on this late Saturday morning and joining us. If we can have everyone coming to the front as they come in, so those that are sitting on the aisle, can I ask you, with the aisle seats, before the flight takes off, if you can start moving to the window seats, please, so that the flight attendants bringing in everyone else can slot into. So I'm getting ready for takeoff. Can you move towards the window seats and leave the aisle seats available for our latecomers? Then you'll put your seatbelt and I'll take this flight off to wherever we want to go. 8 countries with Regenesis. How about that? Are we all settled in the room? Thank you very much to our online participants that joined us very promptly. I saw the numbers going up. At 10 o'clock, we had 50. By the time we got to 10:15, we had about 65, and now we're sitting around 100. We have 600 registrations, so I'm hoping by the time I get into 10 minutes, the others are going to call each other and say, get online now, or drive to Sandton 165. So this is where we are. Regenesis, the home of Regenesis, is in Sandton 165 West Street. We operate out of 8 countries globally, and that includes Nigeria, India, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, US, and Croatia. Now, what does this mean for you, that we operate in 8 countries when you're coming to Sandton and you want to study online? It means that we expose you to diversity during your education at Regenesis. We have faculty that spans across 90 countries, and we have alumni, over 190,000 alumni in our 25 years of existence. So one of the best kept secrets, I've been at Regenesis for 5 years, and I think it's one of the best kept secrets. We've always operated on word of mouth and our delivery. What is it that we deliver at Regenesis? Some of you may have come here because you're interested in business. Others may have joined us because you're interested in entrepreneurship, innovation. I spoke to one of the students this morning that joined us, or is joining us in the MBA program. She's in performance and evaluation and monitoring, and she wants to learn about innovation. And I thought, that's it. That's really, you're getting it, right? Whatever we study needs to make us dynamic for where we are in the present, but also contribute to where we want to go in the future. If we are not future fit, a few generations down the line are going to talk about that extinct generation back in 2023. From the pandemic, the extinction has begun, right? We don't want to go down as dinosaurs that got extinct, do we? And that's what we do at Regenesis very well. We're an institution that is very entrepreneurial, very agile, and very much about pivoting. During the pandemic, we went online, and prior to that, we were 98% of our students were contact in classes in the building. During the pandemic, we transitioned online in very uncertain times, not even knowing fully how this will play out. Today, as I stand here, I can proudly say we have almost 10,000 students, and 98% of them are online, just like those students that are the students to be that are connecting with us today, right? And we've got to, when we impart education, equip you for this type of pivoting, agility, robustness. How do we go about doing it? Let me talk about what we offer and then how we go about doing it. What do we offer? We have the Regenesis Business School that offers highest certificate all the way to the doctorate program. So highest certificate in business management, the bachelor program, the postgrad program, the MBA, and the doctorate program. We have the School of Public Management as well. I'm pointing in the room to faculty that I can identify with. The public management is really about reaching out to our students who want to make a career in government and ensure that our slogan, awakening potential and creating conscious leadership, is having an impact in the way our country is run, the way policy is developed, the way finance. So why do we want to do this? We want to awaken potential where students are leaders in the world. We don't want people to just occupy a seat and be followers. We believe that we create leaders. And when I look at some of our alumni are our soon-to-be Dr. Panyaza Lusufi, Parks Tau in the public sector, mayors, ministers, MECs. These are the people that we create with the hope that South Africa can have a better future and the lights get switched on, physically and intellectually, right? So we're hoping that our leaders can also just stop this load shedding. Public management, the School of Law. This school was launched last year, and in a year, we have almost 1,000 students. That's without finalizing our registrations this year. Again, we have Deputy Public Prosecutor Kevin Malunga that joined our school. The school is headed up by Mark Wasserman, who spent his time practicing law as well. I'm mentioning this because it's very important for you to know that apart from theory that we impart to you, our faculty have practiced in the industries that they teach you, that they inspire you, and that they motivate you to become better leaders in. So not only are they translating what's in your textbook, but they're giving you practical example and case studies of what they have experienced and what the industry and landscape is changing into. We then have our School of Finance, as well as our new school. Our tech school, our launch is on the 21st of February, which is a Wednesday. Am I correct, Nico? So on the 21st of February, in a few days, my maths is not failing me today, so I think that's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, three sleeps. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 4 sleeps. In 4 sleeps, we'll have the launch of our tech school. And this really talks about the Bachelor of Computer Science. How do we create leaders in the technology space? Joining us for our launch will be the country head of Google. We have speakers from Microsoft, Intel, and AWS. Again, we align ourselves to industry leaders so that this contributes and shapes your learning experience in our classrooms. And now move on to other. I said to you where we are, who we are, what we offer. Now, how do we differentiate? I keep talking about conscious leadership, awakening potential. We're going to differentiate, but you're probably asking yourself, every school tells us that. Every school says, I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to create leaders. I'm going to differentiate. How do we do it? And this is where we really put our heart behind our brand and our purpose. And this is our 5Q modules. Now, the 5Q human development module really talks about, first, IQ. Everyone's familiar with IQ, right? I see all the bright people here. When you march into a doors to study, you're confident. I've got the IQ to do this, right? Right? And if you're not feeling confident, by the time I finish today and our chairperson talks to you and non-Claire speaks to you, your confidence levels are going to go 20 out of 10 that you've got the IQ to be here, that you were meant to be here and you can do this. Now, we're all familiar with IQ. It's a territory we often heard from the time we're in primary school, right? We get pelted into who's the smartest kid in the class. The maths and science ones, right? We're familiar with the typical world. Typically, maths and science students get favored, right? Do they always make leaders? I don't think so. I don't see top leaders coming from always the maths and science space. And we talk about that beyond IQ, you've got to have EQ. EQ, anybody wants to give me the full term for EQ here? What does EQ mean? Where's all the clever people? I want to hear from our students today. Emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence really talks about myself. How do I learn to lead myself? How do I understand myself? If I understand myself, that's called self-mastery. I'm able to influence others. I'm able to impact others. Now, when you're able to do that, going from an individual task-orientated role, you now move into a team leader role, a supervisory role, because you can influence others. That's EQ. But now, I've reached the supervisory level, I've reached this management level, and I have greater aspirations for a C-suite role. I want to get to CEO role. I want to get to CIO role. I want to get to, now the new talk, Chief's People Officer type role. I want to get to CFO role. So I'm leading organizations. Now, to lead an organization goes beyond a team. It really talks about fundamentally, who am I and what is my contribution? Not just to this organization, but to people, profit, and purpose. So when we talk who am I, it's not about who am I as Indrani Reddy as COO. Who am I really? What do I really want to bring into this world? What am I gifting this world beyond just eating, sleeping, breathing, procreating, and dying, as our chairperson says? We want to do bigger and greater things in life, right? So not as the COO, but what do I want to do in this world? And that's what we equip you with spiritual intelligence. You're not coming into a class to learn about religion. You're coming to learn about you and how you tap into higher consciousness, how you believe that you are a miracle, and you're not waiting for a miracle to happen to you. So I've covered IQ, EQ, SQ. Now, great, I can do all these great things. But what happens if I'm unhealthy? I'm a walking time bomb, waiting to have a stroke, diabetes, heart attack. These are things that we hear all around us. A pandemic comes and what happens? 25%. I'm in that 25% getting wiped out like a wave, right? So then we talk about PQ, physical quotient. This is about how we've addressed the mind, the spirit. Now we're moving to body. How does this body take me along this journey? I've got the IQ, the EQ, the SQ. I'm ready to take on the world. But if my body fails me, what then? So it's very important that this body is able to take me through the journey. We have at Regenesis healthy with an I at the end, because it is about you, right? Healthy is about bringing mindfulness, meditation, yoga, high intensity classes. We have hiking clubs, tennis clubs, fitness clubs. We have a gym on our premises. And for those 600 people, which I'm hoping are all in the room now, are the numbers going up, guys? Give me a thumbs up. Are the numbers going up on the online? I can see 3 thumbs up, right? So we're heading towards our 600 online students. We have online healthy classes as well for our online students. We've learned through the pandemic that you can get fit in your own home. We'd love you to come to the gym and interact with us, but for those of you that are not in the vicinity of Sandton, join us online. Join our social clubs so that you have connection times with other students, alumni. Our chairperson, as an example, is one of our top champions on the tennis club. I love the hiking club. Liz here is an international bodyweight champion, bodybuilding champion, right? 2015, am I right? 2015 bodybuilding champion, right? Nico is phenomenal on the tennis court. So we try to lead by example. Don't laugh at him, Marco. He's doing his best, right? But we lead by example. So come and connect with faculty, with heads of school. Mark, are you joining high intensity, right? Connect with... Mark is our social gin and tonic club, right? There we go. So join these clubs online, in contact, because learning happens in communities, people. Now, the final one, financial quotient. So you come in, right? Remember I spoke to you I said when I welcomed you, some of you are thinking about business qualifications, IT qualifications, finance, but some of you, and actually most of you, I would encourage, should start thinking about entrepreneurship. Because when you work time, you get paid by time. You cannot create wealth by just earning on the time you give in, right? You create wealth when money works for you outside of the time that you are contributing. So how do you multiply your wealth? That's financial quotient. We have a company called My Wealth Investments, and it's about stock trading, trading on the market. Our staff, our students are taught how to trade. They can put in deposits of their own at minimal deposits to start seeing this money grow with them. Now, over and above that, you can start your entrepreneurship program with us as well. We have programs that are dedicated, and we've got a school of entrepreneurship after the School of Technology that's soon to come along as well. So this is about My Wealth, what it does for you. You can join us on the 22nd of February online or on campus. My Wealth will be hosting the budget speech. That's a nice way to also interact with them, get to understand all their different product offerings and how they can contribute to your financial growth. Now that's the 5Q. Do we all remember it? IQ, EQ, and FQ. The last one sounded like a little bit like, no, I want you to stay in the room. No vulgarity is there, right? I spoke about the 8 countries and where we come from, where we're expanding to. Let me tell you, on our horizons, we have another 10 countries in Africa that we're going to be expanding to. So next year, this time, I don't even think I'm going to be saying we're in 18 countries. I'm probably going to say we're in 25 countries. That's the speed that we travel at. Now, what does it mean for you? It means that there's global job opportunities. As we expand, we network and grow our footprint in each of those countries. There's other companies in our ecosystem apart from the schools that I haven't spoken about. Digital Regenesis. These are our short learning programs around technology in Power BI, artificial intelligence, project management, finance for non-financial management, data science. Now, when you're in business, these are terms that you hear. It shouldn't be foreign to you, especially if you're aspiring to go into C-suite. So this is what Digital Regenesis could do. It could be an add-on program to your current qualification, definitely for your MBA and postgrad programs, right? Corporate education is customized, non-accredited programs in leadership, emerging leadership, executive leadership programs. Soon you'll see that our MBA is joining the corporate ed team in international leadership development programs, where your MBA will take you across the world in a few modules so that you can experience what you learned across the globe as well. What else have I not covered? Okay, I'm not going to take much more time now. I want to welcome on stage with me. I just want to recap. I've spoke about who we are, where we are, what we do, and how we do it, right? I'm going to leave the why. I'm going to leave the why to our chairperson later. Why Regenesis? But I think I've given you enough food for thought to want to choose Regenesis. Welcome to those that are joining us now. Please have a seat. We'll recap at the end of this, so hopefully you'll catch up with us. I'm now going to introduce a very dynamic woman. A woman that's made it as an actress, a TV broadcaster, an entrepreneur, and in her journey in entrepreneurship, she's even gone into learning and developing others. She's taken on coaching, and she's applying this to the entertainment industry, where Nontle believes there's a gap of creative people not being able to translate their creative streaks into building a business, into being able to channeling energy into leading others. So some of the shows that you may remember her from, she's hosted the 8-channel O program, including Street Bangers. She has acted in Rhythm City. I remember you from there. Zabalaza, The Imposter, and more recently she appeared as Gomorrah as Cleo. She was also the first African to represent the famous brand that as South Africans that we know about, the Dark and Lovely brand. She's been associated with Singapore Airlines, Coca-Cola, Vodacom, Bonitas, and MWeb. Without further ado, I'm going to welcome our speaker today, Nontle Tema. Over to you, Nontle. I think you can do better than that, people. Thank you. Thank you. Over to you, Nontle.
Thank you so much. Can I give you a hug, please? You've just touched me with your wonderful words. Please, can we give her a round of applause? Thank you so much. Wow, what an honor to be here this morning. Is everybody wide awake? When I say wide, you say I'm awake. Wide? I'm wide. When I say awaken, you say potential. Awaken? 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 We're here to awaken their inner potential. So please give yourselves a round of applause. Wow, congratulations for being here this early in the morning on a Saturday. You guys are looking oh so good. Ladies, you're looking fly. Give yourselves a pat on the back for looking so cute. And gents, you're also looking so good. So give yourselves another pat on the back. Yeah. And everybody that's joining us online, welcome and thank you so much for waking up to check us out online, and we welcome you with open arms. It's an honor for me to have been invited to be part of this collaboration with Regenesis Business School. I'm all about education. So before I get into a little bit of who I am, I just want to quickly buzz through to for some of you who don't know who I am. I'm sure some of you are very, very young. So when I was on television many years ago, when I started my career, I'm sure some of you were not even Yeah, you're probably in high school. I see some young people at the back, very young. Who's older than me? I'm 42. Who's older than me? Somebody saying no ways. Yes, I Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So my name is Nontle Tema. I started my career in the entertainment industry in broadcasting as a child star. Just a little bit. I manifested every single thing that I managed to accomplish, achieve, live and breathe in my life. I never knew that from when I was a little girl, I was already given that spirit of awakening my potential, because very early did I learn that life is actually spiritual. Are you guys aware of that? Life is all spiritual, and when I say spiritual, it all starts in our minds. Everything starts from the unseen realm, and the spiritual realm is the things that we cannot see, the things that we feel, the things that we think, because we cannot physically touch them. So that is spirit. Am I making sense to someone? Right. So when I was a little girl, I always wanted to get into the television space, and I actually finally did. So I did beauty pageants to kind of introduce myself, because way back in the days, there was no social media for networking. Whereas the kids today have social media where they can link up with the relevant people. We had to be right on the grounds. So I did beauty pageants. It catapulted me to doing commercials. And then at 2021, I got my first TV gig on Channel O, which changed my life dramatically. I was able to travel the world and be paid for that, which was such an honor. And then I got to be a brand ambassador for an international brand. And I got into acting. And then I did my own reality show. So there was a lot of things that I did in my 20s. Oopsie. So everything that I did kind of parlayed to me to do what I'm doing today. I'm sure you're all wondering, what is Nontle Tema doing today, right? Are you interested to know? I'm currently running my own academy, a talent coaching academy. So what Talent Coaching Academy does is that I saw there was a gap in the entertainment industry of having talent being nurtured with all the things that were mentioned right here on stage, with EQ, emotional intelligence, physical intelligence, financial intelligence. So Talent Coaching Academy was something that I started to assist the young people that want to get into the entertainment space, whether as an actor, a TV presenter, a public speaker, a beauty pageant queen, modeling or PR, whatever that you wanted to do. I wanted to help everyone know how to build themselves as a brand, because you yourself are your own personal brand. You might have all the qualifications in life and degrees, and that's in the paper, and you send that CV and they pick you because of that qualification. But once they call you in for an interview, they're coming to meet the person behind the qualification, and that person is then you. You are the talent, you are the brand. And so the moment you step in, you are judged immediately. From the way that you walk, people can decide whether they like you or not. Did you guys know that? From the way that you talk, from the way that you sit, from the way that you engage, somebody can decide whether they want to date you just from seeing you from a distance before they even engage with you. So you are your literal CV as a person, and everyone needs to understand that in this world, you are judged constantly, whether you go into the shops, before the teller, before you pay, they already know how to treat you. They already know if you have the money and they're going to treat you well. You walk into a restaurant, they immediately judge you. So how you look, how you present yourself, grooming is a fundamental part, which is what I do and I'm extremely passionate about. How people must talk, poise, voice, tone. And then once they get into the industry space, I teach them how to memorize the scripts, how to, get into the emotions of being an actor, how to let their personality kind of shine through. So all those beautiful things that I get to do under Talent Coaching Academy. And I'm hoping to collaborate with Regenesis Business School and bring that forefront of helping people become their own personal brands and be their own billboards, so that when you walk out there, walking into that boardroom, walking to that parking lot, walking to buy whatever, everyone that looks at you, they must just take another turn and have to look and want to get to know who that person is that just walked, because that's the magic that you possess, because your potential has been So when I say awaken, you say potential. Awaken. Awaken. When I say Regenesis, you say business school. Regenesis. Regenesis. All right, so you are still here. Okay, so let me just take it back a little bit to how my life started for me to being here today, standing in front of you all and looking also beautiful. And such an honor just to be here in the presence of such greatness and greatness in the making for the young ones. So I come from a family, my parents were both in the entertainment industry. My mother is Cynthia Shange. I'm not sure if you know her. She was one of the first women in South Africa to win a pageant in 1972. It was called Miss Africa South back in the days. It was because of the apartheid era, which we cannot unfortunately eradicate and erase completely. She couldn't enter Miss South Africa because of her color of her skin. So they had a separate pageant, Miss Africa South, back then. So she won that pageant, and there was the white lady who won Miss South Africa. So what happened was my mom made history and changed how things would move forward in the beauty pageant space. She was allowed to enter Miss World. So she was the first black beauty queen to be allowed a passport to travel in a plane and go to London. Can we give my mother a round of applause? Yes, and she's an actress now. She did her own show called Uteliwe, and she's also Tandaza, Tandaza's mother on Muvango. I'm sure you all watch Muvango. Oh, so now you remember. Tandaza's mom on Muvango, and yeah, I'm very proud of her. And my father was a renowned journalist, a writer, an editor for newspapers such as Sowetan, The Star, Tribute Magazine. My father was an academic. My father is late now. It's been 2 years. May his beautiful soul rest in peace. And as I stand here, I always say I honor Mr. Derek Tema. Can we please give him a round of applause? So with my father raising me, because I was raised under his leadership because my mother was in the industry, she was always on the road. My father was more stable as he had all these office jobs, he was the boss. He was an academic. So I grew up always, any conversation with my father was just about, how was school? How well are you doing? Did you pass? So I was always under pressure, and being this girl that I was toughened up very early. He used to tell me, my baby, you're going to buy your own car. You don't need a man. And you know what? Everything he said onto me was spirit made manifest. I became so independent that I was able to do all of those things myself because of what he instilled in me. And I'm so grateful for that. So when I grew up and I wanted to get into the industry, I couldn't really tell him because he didn't really want me to get into the entertainment industry. He wanted me to focus on academics. And so I allowed him to sign me up on my first year of varsity when I was 18, after matric, to a college, I can't mention, many years ago. And he signed me up he chose the course. Can you guys just guess what my father made me study? Not law. Something that is opposite of who I am right now standing here in front of you. Information technology. Can you imagine that? I literally did a year of IT at this campus. Academics, okay, I'm focused on school. I wanted to be in the business of entertainment, but I did it. But I was able to acknowledge that this was not my forte. And this was not something that I was in love with. This was not something I wanted to spend the rest of my life doing. I started discovering who I was because as young as I was already developing, which is what I want you guys to all be aware of yourselves now. Start learning what is it about you that makes you come alive. What do you enjoy so that you don't end up studying something that you're not fully compassionate about? So at the end of the year, I told my father that, you know what, thank you for the IT 1-year course, I'm done. Can we change it? And he was actually very understanding. He allowed me to move to another course. And I found that I was more able to do marketing management because I was more involved in talking to people, communicating, and I enjoyed being at the front and talking to people and just having a one-on-one connection. Does that make sense? Rather than earning a living and having a career where my screen is my companion as an IT specialist. No offense, it was just not for me. So I did marketing then on that year, and I remember I enjoyed it thoroughly. There was a lot of things that we learned. Education is extremely important because that course actually molded me to becoming who I am today. But I had some challenges. There was a subject that I wasn't doing extremely well in. And I remember one of the lecturers coming to me and saying, you know, Nontle, you're not going to pass. You're not doing well on this subject. He kind of did it in such a way that was meant to break me. Does that make sense? Have you had a lecturer or a teacher maybe insinuate that you're not good enough for this or you're not pulling up your socks? I remember when he told me that, I was in my lecturer room with my other colleagues and friends and students. He didn't call me to the side. And I went home and I was a bit sad that this lecturer didn't think that I had what it takes to make it, because that's what I felt. And then I realized that, oh, this is the reason. I had just won a pageant at the campus called Miss what the campus was. And I felt like there's always some sort of assumption that if you are physically attractive, you might not have the greatest in terms of intellectual capacity. And I took that upon myself. His statements awakened my potential. Because did I study hard? Because now I had something to prove. By the end of that year, you will not believe that I was awarded on a stage top marketing student for 2001 with the most distinctions. I went in hard. He really awakened my potential, and I got the most distinctions, and there was thousands of us as students back in those days. And I just wanted to share that part with you because people can say something, or you will encounter things in life where they will discourage you or a little bit of failure, but I don't see anything as failure. I see failure as a footstool to propel me to get to the higher realms where I need to get to. And the view is brighter when you've had a little bit of shaking ground because you actually appreciate the step up. So see anything that comes against you in this life journey because it's gonna happen. I want your emotional intelligence to take any obstacle and turn it around to be an open door for you, to propel you, to elevate you, to teach you something, to inspire you, to motivate you, to move to the next level, to prove something to yourself. And I also had a lot of things to prove because my father also didn't think that entertainment was for me. When I went into the entertainment industry eventually, I also had a lot of proving to him. So for me, I'm like an alchemist. I thrive on any adversity or anything that somebody puts against you. So I want you guys to have that same mentality. Does that make sense? I want you guys to not be put down. If you fail a subject, get back up. Learn more. Know what you did wrong. Take that as a lesson for you to step it up and do better. And if you don't like something, because you're still young, you might study something and realize like, okay, no, this is not what I want to do. You have every opportunity to change. Find out what are you passionate about. Get to know yourself. Get to know what are you good at. What is your passion? And for me, I'm so grateful that I did study my marketing management because once I got into the entertainment industry, I was able to use every single thing that I learned on how to market myself. I got to learn how to market the shows that I was doing, the brands that I was working for. It became so easy for me because it was something that I was really extremely passionate about. And it all started in my mind, manifesting it from when I was very young. So another quick point I want to share with you is that your mind is your garden. You have to make sure that whatever seeds that you plant in this garden called your mind are seeds that you actually want to grow, not weeds that you want to pull out. So nothing negative you want to grow into your mind. So plant seeds of success for yourselves, being generational curse breakers, because some of us come from families where we've had to be the first ones to bring generational wealth, to bring entrepreneurship. We've had family members living off 9 to 5s. You need to change that status quo for your family where you own the business and you own your time. You owe it to yourselves to be the one that is not looking to knock at doors and beg people for a job, but for you to open up for your own business and be the one who changes this country and employs the thousands of people that are seeking for a job out there. Can I have you guys say that you will try and become this kind of person that thinks on this level and not just thinks, I'm just going to get this degree and look for a job? No. You're going to get this degree to equip you to start your own business. Give yourselves a round of applause. You're going to start your own business. You're going to change other people's lives because life is a chain. It's a domino effect. Whatever you achieve, you accomplish, whatever you learn in life, you pass it on to the next person. We are all here to serve. It's part of the ecosystem. It's something that is just, it is what it is. We have to pass it on. So once you start that business, you pass on the knowledge to the next and the next. Let them know where you got that information, that intelligence, that knowledge, that wisdom was from Regenesis Business School and how it equipped you to get your business off the road. Recommend other people to come and study because it is important to have an educational background when you want to run a business, because it's not possible really to just get off as an entrepreneur without all the other fundamental skills on finances, dealing with consumer behavior. Human beings are very complex. You need to understand all of those dynamics so that you can also have emotional intelligence. Don't be an owner of a business and you start getting upset with your clients because your emotional intelligence is so sensitive and you're not aware that the customer's always, even if they're not, but the rule is the customer's always, exactly. So, yeah, are we all ready to register for Regenesis? Are we ready? Are we ready to take our lives on to the next level and to be an impact in our country and the rest of the world and to change this world and make a positive and purposeful impact? You're ready? So thank you so much. Let's go and do it. Bless.
I'll give you that hug back. Give a round of applause to Nontle. I mean, this woman's brought the house down. Online. I can't believe that anyone during Nontle's talk went off to do some other work while trying with one ear to listen to us. I believe she's got your full attention. And I loved the way your journey has brought you. It's almost like you were a Regenesis student all the time. Yeah, yeah. So your MBA with Regenesis, our first registration is Nontle with MBA Regenesis. Right? So Nontle, you talk about the things that really resonates and is the path of Regenesis. Power of intention, affirmations, creating the mindset, as well as the EQ, SQ. It really is that. And then you challenge people about being this entrepreneur. So now I want to introduce you, as well as all our attendees today, to that type of entrepreneur. The entrepreneur that birthed Regenesis. The monk who didn't sell his Ferrari, but the monk who gave up the robe after serving 7 years in Orange Farm, coming into and sacrifice. And this being that at times I really have to say is beyond superhuman being in what he does, really does. And it really started by exchanging an orange robe with no money for an education and building Regenesis at the age of 30. We now have this phenomenal institute 25 years later due to this serial entrepreneur. We have Regenesis and 10 companies around us, businesses in 3 continents, expansion in 8 countries, moving across now 4 continents actually, with the US in Silicon Valley. So 4 continents and moving from 8 to accelerated path of another 10 this year. Really the philosophy of Dr. Marco Charavagna, our chairperson and founder of Regenesis, is about awakening potential, touching lives and transforming them through EQ, SQ, and power of intention. I hope he shares some of his affirmations and how he's got to this path to inspire you in your journey as a student and why Regenesis. Regenesis is really about heart, mind, and soul. We take our students on a journey of self-transformation. Nons, you spoke about the work readiness program. You didn't actually mention that, but you were talking about branding, and that's something I forgot that I want to quickly touch on before Dr. Marco Sharavanya takes the stage, is that in your journey, we have the Personal Mastery Program, and included in that is a work readiness program in your last semester as graduates with us. That's being run by Denanda Talent, our own in-house recruitment company, and they will go through branding, personal branding, equipping you to put your CV together, how to present yourself in an interview, because we want you to not just leave here proud with I'm gonna do a nons on you. Before Marco comes in, are you awake? Yes. Awaken? Potential. Awaken? Potential. I love it. Over to you, Dr. Sharavanya.
Thank you, Indrani. This sounds like ANC's political rally.
I was thinking Ray Machurch, but okay.
Good afternoon to all of you. Good morning to all of you in South Africa, and 600 people online from many countries in Africa and India and Europe. My accent is not, I'm not a great public speaker like Nonhle and Indrani. So I'm afraid, you know, you may get disappointed, you know. I've never been trained, you know, to do these, you know, these things. I've been self-taught, you know. And my accent comes from Croatia, as Indrani mentioned, a small country in Europe. Some of you know Croatia, but because of soccer, football. The Luka Modric, you have seen probably. And, but yeah, some people struggle with my accent. Usually men struggle with my accent. They say my accent is very difficult to understand. Ladies find my accent easier, you know. And some of them say my accent is very sexy, like, you know. I did win a competition, Mystery Genesis, about 4 or 5 years ago. No, I'm not competitive, you know. Let me see what else I've done, you know. Okay. Okay. I was rejected also many years ago. I wanted to do my MBA at Wits Business School. At that time, Dean of Wits Business School was Nick Bendel, person who started Gibbs, you know. And I was rejected, you know. I did postgraduate diploma in HR management at Gibbs, at Wits Business School, and I applied for MBA, next step, you know. And I was rejected, you know. And I was like so upset, you know. And ended up doing masters in management. And then Nick Bendel left to start Gibbs, you know. And a few years after it, I left, and Wits also. I worked at Wits, and we started Regenesis with few of my colleagues at Wits that time, Vivian William and Dr. Penny Law. And I'm pleased to announce today, you know, that Regenesis is multiple times bigger and greater than Wits Business School and Gibbs, you know, combined together, you know. In terms of, yeah. So I wasn't good enough to do an MBA at Wits Business School, but I was good enough to build a 2 times bigger institution than Wits Business School and Gibbs, you know. So many people don't know, you know, because we are not a brand which, you know, has a 50 years or 100 years history, you know. We are 25 years old institution. But in terms of number of students, you know, in terms of financial performance, in terms of number of countries where we operate, in terms of number of academics, intellectual capital, in terms of being entrepreneurial, you know, we multiple times. We're the largest business school in Africa, and you know, with 800 staff, with 100 academics from 10 countries, with academics with doctorate degrees and master's degrees. So those are some of the reasons why you should consider really Regenesis, you know, because it is happening place, you know. It is very, very entrepreneurial organization, you know. At Regenesis, you will be taught by business people, by entrepreneurs, not by academics who actually have never started their own business or run their own business, you know. So you'll be taught by practitioners, you know. And technology, again, at Regenesis is going to be completely, you know, transformational. So your life is going to change, you know, forever, you know. Okay, so let me give you a few reasons. And I'm going to go on marketing now, campaign propaganda, you know. Why should you study Regenesis? It's very simple, because Regenesis is the best, you know. Yes. Okay, it's, and I'll tell you now why it's the best, you know. I already mentioned a few reasons. We believe greatest intellectual capital. 80% of quality of learning is depends on lectures, you know, and we believe we have the best lectures from international faculty from, you know, 10 countries, you know, not only intellectually people with degrees, but people with passion and commitment for human development. You're going to get amazing experience, you know, you're going to get extra sessions, you're going to get mentoring and coaching. You know, those of you who struggle academically, you're going to get chances, you know, to rewrite your assignments. You're not going to pass, you know, if you don't deserve, you know. We're going to fail you, you know, but we're going to make you work hard, you know, very hard. You know, change is difficult and personal transformation is difficult, it's painful, you know. So you're going to work very hard, you know, but you're going to go through tremendous personal change. Your life will never be the same after Regenesis. When you leave Regenesis, you know, you're going to be transformed completely on all these 5 levels Indrani spoke about, you know. On intellectual level, you're going to be smarter, more confident, communicating better. Your life is going to be changed. You'll be able to understand and manage, you know, people and organizations and projects and finance and IT and marketing and systems and culture, strategies, you know. You'll understand economics. You'll understand how organization works as a complex mystery and how world operates, you know. It'll be in the meetings, you know, when you present, you know, when you negotiate, sell, whatever you do, like, you know, it's going to be, you're going to be super smart on intellectual level, you're going to be transformed, you know. And also on the other levels, emotional level, you'll be able to build, you know, high-performing teams. You'll be able to understand your own emotions, emotions of other people. You'll be able to tap into that human energy, you know, creativity, excellence, innovation, entrepreneurial spirit, all this greatness that lies in heart, you know. You're going to be able to awaken that potential. Divinity is a greatness. There's a genius in each one of you. The talent, you know, there's divinity. Each one of you is capable of changing the world, you know. Each one of you is capable of becoming billionaire in the next few months. Very simple, you know. One idea, one app, you know, 3 months, solve problem in the world, you know, make world better place and become billionaire, you know. You know, it's possible, you know. Okay, you know, if we awaken our potential, if we break our own fears, what is blocking us? What is blocking us? Our own fears and self-limiting beliefs. The role of Regenesis is to help you to break those fears, you know, to help you to awaken your potential, to build your confidence, you know, to change your thoughts, what Nonhle was saying, you know, from self-limiting to self-enabling. Okay, so that's the transformational journey you're going to go through. When you finish your degree, you're going to have a business plan for the rest of your life, you know, for the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, you know, how to achieve financial freedom, how to pay off your house and car and build your wealth, you know, how to be healthy and fit, you know, and compete, you know, next elections of Mr. and Miss South Africa and your age, you know, or world, you know, or be like Liz, you know, she was world champion bodybuilding. Liz, stand up a little bit, say, just show you yourself, you know, be proud. This lady was world champion in bodybuilding. Yeah. So one of our staff members, we had a staff meeting last week and said, I want to be like you. He said, okay, tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock, training starts. The question is, how many of you are to be prepared to start 5 o'clock tomorrow morning? Yeah. Okay. So I was talking about personal transformation, why your life will never be the same again after Regenesis, you know. You'll be transformed, you know. The money you're going to invest in your education is nothing as compared to your time, you know. Education is expensive, but more expensive is your time and your life, you know. Some of you will be studying, you know, for 1 year, 2 years, MBA, 3 years, bachelor's degree, 4 years degrees in law and computer science, you know. Some of you will be students with us for 9 years, you know. Some of you will do bachelor's degree and postgraduate diploma and MBA doctorate, you know. After MBA, with doctorate, you know, DR in front of your name, you know. Why not, you know? Okay. It took me, you know, 18 years of part-time studies, you know, when I came to South Africa, you know, and I never had the luxury of studying full-time, you know. Studied in the evenings and on weekends, you know. It's all about perseverance. You know, you fail when you give up, you know. Okay, so what we'll teach you at the Genesis, to set big goals for your life, you know, big dreams and big goals, you know, and then to persevere and to achieve and to get them, you know. Okay, why Regenesis? Regenesis is only business school in Sandton, richest square mile, you know, in Africa. When you are here with us, you know, you're going to network, interact with multinational companies, CEOs, you know, politicians, you know, mayors, presidents, you know. Next week we have an event with CEO of Google South Africa, Microsoft, Intel and Amazon Web Services, We launched in School of Technology, It's an opportunity to meet with these people, to engage with them, to shake hands, to learn from their journey, like from non-play, to inspire yourself, Because it's all about energy, to lift your energy, to break your depression and fears, and to get inspired, to awaken your greatness and potential, Yeah. You're going to get a lifelong aftercare support at Regenesis, even when you finish your studies. Every week you're going to get a newsletter, piece of knowledge. So we're going to become your knowledge partner for the rest of your life. You're going to get free knowledge on leadership, on management, on new digital world, how it's evolving, on financial intelligence, financial freedom, on physical intelligence, and the rest, That's, so whatever when you become Regenesis member, you become part of our dream for the rest of your life, So you're not paying only for the time you're studying here. You'll get discounts for your children, You'll be able to attend events, you'll be able to network globally, develop your own businesses, At Regenesis, really, we want to develop entrepreneurs, people who are going to provide jobs givers, not job seekers. That's the mentality that we want you to start thinking from the beginning, We don't want you to start to think about getting job and getting promotion. We want you to think how to start your own business, how to create jobs, those 1,000 people that Nonsley was mentioning, Okay. It's a value for money. Why should you choose Regenesis? Because you're going to get value for money. Whatever you invest, you're going to get million times return investment, on every level, the next 5 years, 10 years, Yeah. Okay. Just few things about how to succeed at Regenesis, You don't have to be genius, to get enrolled at Regenesis and to complete your degree, whatever you're considering, accounting, law degree, business, or computer science, I don't think I'm super clever, I got my education, my degrees because I persevered, because I'm stubborn, because I had big dreams, and I was arrogant enough, to think big, and to push my own boundaries of comfort, and to tolerate the pain, That's what is required, Perseverance. Tom Peters says, what distinguishes successful from unsuccessful people, It's ability to bear the pain, Those people who give up, you fail only when you give up. So I had this attitude in my life always, I'll rather die than give up, And if you have this attitude, actually you never fail. Whatever your dreams are. So we'll encourage you to think big and dream big. Because what you think you become, as Nonsley says, If you think small, you become what? Small. If you think mediocre, you become mediocre. If you think big, you become what? Big. Everything starts here. So we want to encourage you to dream big and think big and to persevere and to not to give up, And you'll get there, Whatever obstacles are there, you welcome them, they make you stronger, And it's a beautiful journey. Yeah. So that's what we're going to help you with, to achieve your own dreams, We'll help you to break your own fear, to realize really the powers within you. That's the bottom line, why you're coming to Regenesis, to realize your own power. Everything you need to succeed is within you. Power is within you. It's not outside. You don't need, degree from Harvard, Actually, Regenesis degree is much better, because it's not doesn't cost you £1,000,000 and you'll not learn anything there about emotional and spiritual intelligence. Actually, you'll come out of Harvard with arrogance, Here you'll come with the humility and emotional and spiritual intelligence, which is more important for leadership, than IQ to succeed in a real, business world, You don't need to win lottery to become successful. You don't need to get involved in corrupt government tenders. You don't need to be born in a family of rich parents. Everything you need to succeed is within you. Power is within you. That's the biggest thing you're going to learn. What is blocking that power? Your own fears. What happened in your childhood? Fear of money from your childhood. Your teacher told you you're stupid. You failed exams. You think you're not intelligent enough to get to university and get your degrees. You have to be just fight. Enemies within you. Okay, so you have to just fight all your own inner enemies. Enemies not outside. Not even government, not even potholes, not even corruption, and Obama, and Biden and Putin and the rest. Okay, Focus on your own inner enemies, your own fears, laziness, procrastination, shyness, jealousy, indiscipline. We get these things conquered, your potential will awaken, a success will follow, dreams will be manifested. From those intangible ideas, they'll become reality, That has been my experience, Rani mentioned I was a monk, I had nothing. At the age of 30, I moved, came to this normal material, physical world, And I had a dream, and work hard for the dream. Success is very simple, hard work, perseverance, passion, and all of those things you have within you. That's what we're going to teach you at Regenesis. We're going to teach you also about your purpose. Most important, you're not coming here to study just because you want more money and degree and promotion. You're doing things for greater good, You want to empower yourself, develop yourself, so you can make the world a better place. That's ultimately the reason why we are born, why we came to this planet Earth, and why we spend limited time period, some 60, 70, 80 years, That's the reason we all are born for greater reason, for greater purpose, to make our world a better place for future generations, And only when we dedicate our lives to that cause, that purpose, then we get true meaning and happiness. I had everything in my life. I had extreme life, from nothing, from Indrani mentioned, life in Orange Farm. I had no physical belongings. I had no salary, slept on the floor, didn't have money. For food, I was able to fast, 7 days without food, just water, many times, The point is, it's all about purpose, Okay. And when you go down, times of difficulties, when you get depressed and you feel like giving up on your education, we feel so much pressure because of your studies, because of your work, because of your family and outside rain and banks after you, and you feel like just giving up, you're on your knees, and commit suicide, you just cannot fight with this life anymore. Those moments, you remind yourself of your purpose, your purpose. Purpose will lift you up. There will be beautiful sunny day following day. Lift your energy up, continue the fight, and purpose will give you direction, meaning, and strength, Okay. So purpose, which is ultimately why we are here, to make the world a better place for future generations from ourselves. We'll get meaning and happiness from doing that, When you get empowered, you impact through education. Knowledge is power. It will last with you forever. No one will be able to take you, take that away power from you. You can spend 200,000-300,000, buy a car or property or something, you can lose that, But education, investment you make in education, it will transform you forever, and impact is million times return investment, And you will create ripple effect in your family, in your community, your country, and the world, Okay. It's generational change, like Nonhle was saying, That's how education is powerful, Okay. So I want you to just study. I know I was saying Regenesis is best, but I want you to study. Just study. Even if not Regenesis, go somewhere else, but just study. Change your life, change people around you. Yeah. Make the world a better place. That's the reason why we are born. That's the reason I want to remind you of that. Yeah. Okay. So I wish you good luck on that journey. We have a collective dream, common dream of making our world a better place. That's why our paths crossed. That's why Nonhle came today, and it was so beautiful to listen to you, so much alignment, of purpose and values and vision and everything else, It's so beautiful to listen to you, especially the way you present it, much better than I do, in much better accent, Okay, so that's from my side. I wish you good luck, and I cannot wait to hear from success stories from you. How you started your own business, you become, a billionaire, employing now thousands of people, you're solving problems in the world. You're making the world a better place because there's so much suffering, unfortunately, so much suffering. Look at what's happening in Palestine. It's so sad, Ukraine, South Sudan, so many diseases, so much unemployment, racism, all types of problems. Who created these problems? People, leaders. That's why at Regenesis we develop conscious leaders. The problem is these leaders we developed, well, most of them are graduates from these Ivy League institutions, There's no heart, there's no compassion, there's no gratitude, there's arrogance. That's how we have problems in the world, you know. That's how we want to develop spiritually evolved, emotionally involved, leaders, not just IQ, conscious leaders, That's the Genesis purpose. That's the reason why we exist, Yeah, okay. So I hope you're going to become part of our dream. By you studying, you're going to go through tremendous pain and change and transformation, because there's no development without change and pain, But you're going to be changed people. You're going to be change makers. We're going to make our world a better place. Okay. So good luck and all the best on the journey. I know most of you will enroll with the Genesis, and I look forward to seeing you at our orientations and graduations, and celebrating with you and working with you on solving problems we have in the world, Okay. So thank you so much and all the best. And thank you again for coming. I'm going to ask. Definitely, I want to have a dinner with you and talk about, your own journey and how we can bring our businesses together, to do, greater things in the world, Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much. All the best. God bless. Thank you.
Let's have another round of applause for Dr. Marco Sharavanya. Now, what else can I say from that? Huh? Those are those rare moments where someone with verbal diarrhea like me just goes speechless. Right? Students, you've taken this day in your life because you believe you deserve better. You believe by coming here, you're investigating what that better looks like. So I want to already congratulate you as a graduate to be. Don't think, where's the money going to come from? Where's the time going to come from? Who am I going to balance? Who am I going to lose on the journey? This is the one time, in order to be selfless and do great things, you've got to be selfish to put you and your studies first. So don't leave here today without signing your greatness on that piece of paper. I look forward to seeing you, not at orientation, but with your graduation caps, walking down with that piece of paper that makes you feel your most powerful self to start your journey. But it starts with this day. So take it, grab it, manifest it, and make it real for you and your family. Congratulations, future graduates of Regenesis. I'm going to introduce you to the faculty where you'll get to go to different rooms. If I can just have the faculty come up as I call you, so the students that are here for these faculties, you'll follow your leader out of the room. So Nico Kruger for the School of Technology with Dr. Shilpa. The School of Law, Advocate Malunga and Mark Wasserman. Please give them a round of applause. Right. Dr. Gitu will be online for our business school. Dr. James Forson and Tuwera on campus, please, for the business school. Our online students will meet Donald Block for the School of Public Management, and those in contact will meet our own Trevor Noah. He's actually Noah Trevor, but we call him Trevor Noah. Our School of Finance in the room is Blessing. Blessing, I'm not even going to go with Zifo Komberaro, right? I'm just going to go with Blessing. Dr. Shiro is online. And then our postgraduate MBA and DBM, our very own bodybuilder, Liz Moore. So she'll build your brain muscle in the MBA and DBA program. Okay, please, you can, as they exit out, your rooms are allocated to you. Enjoy your interaction. Ask all the questions you want to believe, that you need answered. But I'm hoping that the motivation and inspiration and aspiration was created in this forum and not where you're going. There's just technical and how do I sign and when do I pay. So good luck to you, future graduates of Regenesis. Nonchalet, thank you very much. Dr. Sharavanya, thank you very much for making this day with us. Really appreciate it. forgot to thank Star for making this morning non-Claire.